support group members are now getting together to back demands for the re-employment of the sacked miners. This, they say, is part of the new role they've established for themselves since the strike.
My husband was arrested twice on the picket line, and one of them was a police assault charge, and he could have been sacked. And I think we all just feel it could have been our own husbands that were sacked. And we just kind of forget them lads that didn't return with the banner. That's right. Still outside the pit gates. We can never forget that.
They haven't had any justice. You see, it's like going back to the 30s, because my dad was a victimised miner during the 30s under the old coal owners. And I never, ever thought I would live to see again the sort of victimisation which has gone on by an industry that supposedly belongs to us, the people of this country.
Personally, I hope that every miner in the country is reinstated and gets their job back. I know I won't. He just won't listen to me. He won't talk to us even on the phone. So there's no chance of me getting my job back. I've applied for jobs, but there again, I think there's a blacklist out against miners, because as you know, every job you apply for, you've got to put on the form where you last worked, what was the reason you finished your last employment, and when you put on you're a sacked miner, there's no way anyone will employ you.
Good evening. Welcome to the club, and welcome to the celebration. You know why you're here. If you don't, you're here because we're now talking about the last Durham miner to be released from Her Majesty Thatcher's prisons. And tonight we want you to enjoy yourself. We want you to also think of the families of the men who have been victimised and the lads who are still in jail. One last thing, the sandwich is on sale behind the bar. Now you might think, what a big announcement, but the 35 pence and all the money, sack that juggler, all the money actually, all the money goes into the support fund. And something different tonight, instead of singing, he is going to juggle. I think this is a first for Durham. And then he is going to slowly and but surely eat a live scab on this very stage. Oh yes, we've got one fresh, and luckily the sad thing is he's got 3 policemen with him, but never mind. Best of order, and a big hand please for Alan Hull!
Every one of them was a hero, standing in the cold, cold morning light. Every single one of them was a hero, standing up for their rights. And don't let nobody tell you no different, no newspaper phony or friend, cause when the book has finally been written, you know the heroes always beat the villains in the end. And with head held high and proud, stand up and sing it loud. No tin pot tyrant, no self-made giant, nothing's gonna stop us now.
They were coming back from Weymouth picketing, and for curiosity they'd heard that these people were getting picked up at the industrial estate. And just for curiosity, they went past, they just drove past and saw police. They knew then that something was going off there. And as they turned round and on the way back, they saw this fella who works up there. And Peter looked at him and said, "Oh, yes, it is so-and-so." And they came home. And then they came here and arrested him at 5 o'clock on the night. He was in the cells for 2.5 days. And then when he came out, he was put on a curfew for 3.5 weeks. He couldn't go out after 7 o'clock at night or before 9 o'clock the next morning. And then we just had to wait for the court case coming up, which come up in the January. And his court case was one day, and he was found guilty, and he was sacked the next day. I was a relief lollipop lady. Well, when I took the job, we were waiting for the court case, and I just thought, well, it'll be a bit of extra money, you know. And then when he didn't get his job back, I was still relief when he was sacked. Somebody left and the job came available, and I said, well, I would take it, hoping Peter will get another job. I mean, he has wrote after 3 jobs, and we've gotten a letter back saying the response was that marvellous, they've had to stop the interviews. That's as far as he's getting. But they may be blacklisted. Well, if he's blacklisted, he suffers for the rest of his life because he'll never get another job. I think the miners' strike made you, what can you say, it made you understand, you know, what the politics was about, which I'd never bothered before. I never had time for politics. You know, when you're getting on with your life and one thing and another, and I just never bothered. But now when it comes on the television, I mean, never listened to the news, never ever bothered with the news, switch it off, it was depressing. But now I have to have the news on just to, you know, it's just made us more aware of politics.
I think it was the whole of the Tory government fighting against you during the strike, bombarding you with everything. You thought, why, there's surely going to be one party that's for us, and that was the Labour Party, the working class Labour Party. And that's what we joined the Labour Party as working class people to try and make things better. That's what we joined it for, and that's what we're fighting for. Well, we can change it, which, I mean, if enough of us joins, we can go back to the old-style Labour Party, because I think sometimes they're forgetting the grassroots. The grassroots of the Labour Party came from the unions. That's how the Labour Party was formed. And that's what we're trying to do now, was bring it back to the grassroots, saying, hey, listen to us for a change. No, but you forget where you came from. It's us that gets you there. Mm-hmm. And I think it's working. And little bits, dinting it a bit. But that's it.
They can close them. We honestly don't. I don't think we can stop them closing them if they're going to do it anyway, because they're just that bloody minded they're going to do it. But if we just ran away the minute that they said, well, we're going to do it anyway and there's nothing you can do, well, we wouldn't have been worth the salt of the strike.
We faced the taunts and the violence of the mindless dancing blue. When you're fighting for survival, you've got nothing left to lose. We are women, we are strong, we are fighting for our lives, side by side with our men who were the nation's right. United by the struggle, united by the lust, and it's here we go, for the women of the working class. One more time. And it's here we go, for the women of the working class. And it's here we go, for the women of the working class. It stands so proud, the wheel so still, a ghost-like figure on the hill. It seems so strange, there is no sound. Now there are no men underground. What will become of this pit yard, where men once trampled faces hard? So tired and weary, their shift done, never having seen the sun.